Greenland is gonna melt. It's apparently just going to happen. And I don't mean if we don't do what we need to do. No, apparently, no matter what we do, we've got an issue coming. And the issue is zombie ice, which is not another needless spin-off of The Walking Dead. No, it's there, it's real, and it is scary. So right now, it's estimated that Greenland melting, the ice sheet there melting, is going to raise the global sea level at least 10.6 inches, which is a lot. And it is in fact twice what was previously estimated. And this is not a thing that we are apparently going to be able to avoid by taking the climate crisis more seriously in the short term, switching over to electric vehicles and all that because of the zombie ice. So what is that? Well, it's a doomed ice that, while still attached to thicker areas of ice, is no longer being replenished by parent glaciers, now receiving less snow thanks to climate change. Because it's not being replenished, the doomed ice is melting from climate change and will inevitably raise seas. And we cannot, in the short term, repair Greenland's, or I guess the climate's ability to renew that zombie ice. And so it is going to be raising the sea levels. The estimate puts it at 10.6. That's a lot. That would be absolutely catastrophic for a number of parts of the world. That's not the high end of the estimates, by the way. Some estimate, including there was a report in the Journal of Natural Climate Change, said it could reach as much as 30 inches. I mean, just absolutely amazing. And that's if we're responsible. That's with us being kind of responsible, at least insofar as we have the IRA. And so again, that we've got issues in Pakistan, we've got issues in Mississippi, and now coastlines around the world about to get a gradual hit over the next few decades, Sabrina.
See, this is why I wasn't super duper excited over Manchin's bill that passed, where we got just like a scrap of money to put towards climate change, while at the same time continuing to like help prop up like oil and whatnot. Like, as long as we continue to prop up these fossil fuels, we are going to continue to see this destruction. We are going to continue to see, loss of drinkable water and whatnot. It's not going great. We need to take away this profit motive when it comes to fossil fuels. I'm pessimistic.
Exactly, 100%. And we're seeing some movement. For instance, when it comes to like non-fossil fuel burning vehicles, California is going to be doing that relatively rapid phase in. That could have ripple effects throughout the country, so that's good. But obviously, that's just one part of it. I mean, we're talking about power generation, we're talking about animal agriculture, we're talking about a lot of things like that. Air travel, international cargo ships, and there's a lot of things that need to be tackled simultaneously. I want to touch base with one more thing though, because I've cited multiple times this 10.6 inches. So there's Ellen Enderlin, is a geosciences professor at Boise State University, says that might not sound like much, but this would be over and above high tides and storms, which makes them worse. This is going to have a huge societal, economic, and environmental impact. And look, exactly why a certain number of inches isn't necessarily only as bad as it might seem. Like, you could go to the beach and imagine the water being 10 inches higher. Explaining exactly why that's not actually how it works is complex, and we eventually butt up against even my understanding of the climate science. But what I do understand is that, for instance, when you talk about the rise in the average temperature, often when we throw those numbers around, they seem relatively small, a half a degree, 1 degree, 1.5 degrees. That's something. But you tick up the AC a little bit. Again, we're talking about averages. We're not talking about the extremes. And when you, on average, raise it that much, that's not what every part of the world will have at every part of the year. Those extremes become way more extreme in those instances. And that's true not only of temperature, but also of water. Storm surge, like long before Miami is literally underwater all of the time, it's gonna be underwater a lot of the time, because that's the way storm surges and hurricanes work. And again, every component of this, whether it's temperature, average sea level, intensity of storms, all of them are being made worse. All of them interact in some potentially horrific ways to produce some outcomes that we should really be trying harder to avoid. Any final thoughts on water, Sabrina?
Listen, if the houses on the coast go underwater, then people can just sell their houses to Aquaman. It's gonna be great.
Exactly. That dude is gonna have his pick of mansions. Anyway, you're joking there. Of course, that's basically what Ben Shapiro said. He didn't make it as pop culturally relevant with the Aquaman thing. But yes, that intellectual gladiator told people that they should just move once the sea level rise. They should just sell the house, because that's how that works.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.